Yeah, we back in the building. Back in the building. Y'all already know what to do. Once y'all come in the building, smash that like button. It ain't gonna hurt your feelings. And that junk is free. Smash that like button. Cause we gotta talk about Durk. Yeah, free Lil Durk, man. Shout out to Lil Durk. Hopefully, nah, man. Hopefully they put a file motion in from the last video I did. They trying to get him home. I think the judge supposed to go over it and give the judge supposed to give I guess his order on that motion, whatever, by May 8th. I think by May 8th, whatever, but that's another story. He actually called in the DJ Akademiks. Shout out to DJ Akademiks once again for the dope content. Lil Durk called in yesterday. Now, I mean, had a conversation with DJ Akademiks. We got to react about this. We got to talk about this. I mean, the good thing about it, the good thing about the whole situation, the whole conversation, Durk say he's in good spirits. So that's the whole good thing. It ain't breaking him. You can tell the way he's talking. But he's saying he will be home soon. So my question to y'all think Durk coming home? Oh, yeah, we got to talk about this. We're going to react to all this. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. They ain't going to hurt your feelings or nothing. Let's get this show started. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back in the building once again. Smash that thumbs up. That junk ain't going to hurt your feelings. It ain't going to cost you. Share this video. Keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. Shout out to all my members, Team Smoke, Smoke Gang. Shout out to all my subscribers that smash that subscribe button. All my supporters that been supporting the channel also. Shout out to all y'all. Let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on this channel, on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational and entertainment purpose. Clips and videos I play also owned by the original creators. So we got Lil Durk. He's in good spirit. Y'all know we got about this, y'all. Free Lil Durk, but like I said, man, these rappers put this shit among themselves. I mean, hey, these rappers be doing this shit among themselves with the lyrics and the shit they be spitting, and then the crash out entourage they be having. I mean, so we can't really be like, oh man, damn Durk, because we gotta understand Durk a grown ass man. You know what he was doing. You know what he was talking about. I'm not saying Durk was involved with the allegations that he got caught up in, because we don't really know. They just got the little phone records, whatever, you know, the car record. They use the OTF debit card and all the little dumb shit. Like I said, when you got them dumb entourage and you got them crash out niggas down with your team that ain't making the right moves, this is the type of shit you're gonna get caught up in, get caught up on with RICO charges and murder to hire type shit. Especially when you up on a level when your money is crazy and you on top of the hip hop game. That's what gets me mad about Lil Durk, because I rock with Durk. I listen to his music. But I sit back and I'm like, damn, champ, a lot of shit you be saying on your music, nigga, that shit is like they connecting that to the alleged active shit that's going on in the streets that you be putting your certain people in your entourage connected to. That's the mistake that these niggas be making, man. Like, I just don't understand these niggas, man. But anyway, we got Lil Durk. Revealed he hasn't heard any songs from his new album. Now, you remember, he just dropped a new album. He said he don't listen to the music. He don't do none of that. We're going to get to the interview when he talked to DJ Akademiks about all this. To his new album, since being locked up, only learning Arabic. He's saying that he's learning Arabic language, whatever. He's taking it to a whole, I mean, trying to learn a little different language, I guess. Shout out to him for doing that and playing basketball behind bars. Now, my thing is, man, I'm glad the homie's in good spirit. Hopefully they let him out on some type of bail or something. I mean, he can fight his charge outside. Because it's always best if you can fight your charge outside the world. You can gather better lawyers, you know what I mean? You can sit, I mean, you can do all that. But like I'm going to repeat myself. When you get so successful on certain type of music and you start talking that language and them streaming just going up and you almost spin around the block, drill this, do it, and that shit making crazy revenue, sometimes it's a time when you gotta pump them brakes on that type of language after you make that money and just fall back after a while. See, that's the mistake Durk didn't do. Durk continued talking that crazy shit even when King Von passed away also. When I would have beat that case in Atlanta, when him and King Von had that case, if I was Lil Durk and I would have beat that case in Atlanta, I would have absolutely just been falling back. which he did. Him and King Von couldn't be around each other. God bless. Rest in peace, King Von. He lost his life in Atlanta. We all know the history. Lil Durk was on live while he lost his life. That was a whole little mystery. That was a little theory. Everybody was like, that was kind of weird, whatever. But that's a whole nother story. I would have checked it out. I got old ass videos about that. With Durk on live when King Von just lost his life. And it was all kind of like the way the timing was. It was kind of just crazy. But anyway. That's another story. People in the comment are going to say what they're going to say. And shout out to y'all because I know exactly what y'all going to say about that. Good or bad. But anyway, Durk put this shit on himself. And that's when you hear this conversation, he's definitely in good spirit, which he's supposed to be. Because you can't let that shit crush. You can't let that. You got to try to fight this. But see, the big question is, if he come home and the rest of your homies in there, the ones that got locked up from the OTF camp, how they gonna feel? Not all of them grew up with Durk from the sandbox. Let that marinate into your brain. Not all of them, not all 5 niggas that's locked up, including Durk, the 6, or not all 5 of them niggas grew up with Durk from the sandbox, man. So when Durk come home, hopefully they will let him home on a bail or something. How these homies gonna feel? What they're gonna do? Is one of these niggas gonna switch up on them? That's the big question, man. But let's get to this interview when he called DJ Akademiks, and you're gonna hear the good spirit, and he gonna talk. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Shout out to DJ Akademiks for getting his content. Also, Lil Durk, free Lil Durk, man.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Smirk, what's cracking with you, my brother?
Tell me what you got going.
Man, I've been chilling, man. We missed the fuck out of you out here, bro. How you been?
I've been good, man. Mentally, spiritually. I've been on top of my shit. I'll be back out there, you hear me?
Man, we can't wait, bro. We've been praying for you.
Oh, thank you. I need all the prayers. I appreciate you. I was telling him, I'm like, I thought he told you I didn't want to talk to you. I'm like, no, I ain't said that. I just haven't been calling nobody like that.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen. We all understand.
I'm going to mute mine, put it on yours so that they can hear it. The audio's better on your end.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so
unmute your mic on the live.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, Smirk, man, 100%. I don't know why that's happening. Yeah, Smirk.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the whole hip hop waiting for you, man. I think we miss your presence. I know we locked in, and I seen what type of spiritual journey you was on. So like, I'm hoping you keep that up, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing changed, bro. I just been focused on life, my family and stuff like that. I'm trying to learn how to speak Arabic again.
Wait, how you learn that? Like, how do you get to learn that? They got classes?
You said, I can't hear you.
Do they got classes for that? Or you just
No, it's a couple guys here that know how to speak Arabic fluently. So I'm just learning the different words and tighten up my Arabic, just getting my knowledge together for real. I ain't really on too much of nothing, bro. I don't even be thinking about the outside.
Really?
What you posting, I think about. That's one thing they always say, especially when you're facing a case like that. Because if you think about the outside world, think about what your woman doing, you think about all that crazy, that shit would drive you bugged out. Am I lying? I sit back, I'll wait. Real niggas understand that. They all know. That shit will drive you crazy, especially if you got a stretch and you down in prison, say you sentenced, you got a 10-year stretch, you got a 5-year stretch, whatever kind of bid you got. That shit will bug you out if you start thinking about the shit that they doing outside the world, especially if you got a wife or you got, wifey, whatever, girlfriend, whatever. You can't think about that shit. And you can't think about what people talking about also. You might hear a little bit of gossip here and there from the little phone calls you might make in the outside world, but it's you to tell them, like, yo, I don't want to hear nothing negative out there. When I call, man, it's talk something positive. You know what I mean? I want positive thoughts because that's the type of energy you want to keep while you're facing a case like Lil Durk is doing, actually. Murder to hire type shit. Allegations on him. With the Quando Rondo cousin getting knocked off in the truck out there in L.A. Y'all remember? They're allegedly saying it was the OTF members. Using the debit card, they rented a car with the OTF debit card and this. They made a lot of mistakes. They connected that shit to Lil Durk. The airplane, the private jet, when they flew out to California, they started using that timing. See, my thing is, man, I hope Lil Durk do come on. I'm not gonna lie. I always jello no nigga, especially a charge like that, because that brother is young and he was on top of the world when he went in. That part, that shit hurts right there. You on top of hip hop right now, streaming like crazy, making money. Boom, the feds come knocking on your door, come grab you on some shit. I mean, boom, 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 murder the high. That shit will crush you. So for him to be strong and have a strong mental like that, to be up in there, definitely I gotta give my hats to him. You know what I mean? Because I gotta salute him on that, because it takes a strong mental. It's a mental thing when you up in it, and it takes a strong person to go through that type of situation that Lil Durk is actually going through now. That nigga could be taking allegedly medication, knocking himself out because he's stressed. I mean, he could go a whole nother route if he wants to. But when I hear him speaking, it sounds like he's definitely in good spirit, and he's not trying to listen to the outside world, because that shit will crush you. It will break you down, boy. You will be stressed out your mind. But let's continue a Lil Durk with the interview with DJ Akademiks. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know the vibes. Free Lil Durk once again, man.
I see your father, like, you know, he was speaking about you, and you know, it brought me back to the conversation we had. Man, I see where you get it from, man. Like, you know, your father's a stand-up dude.
Yeah, that's my wisdom right there. You know, he be on point. Love him to death. What you been working on? What you got going?
Man, just, you know, hip hop is hip hop. You know, just did like some Kanye interview not too long ago, but you know, I see your father, like, you know, he was speaking about you, and you know, it brought me back to the conversation we had. Man, I see where you get it from, man. Like, you know, your father's a stand-up dude.
Yeah, that's my wisdom right there. You know, he be on point. Love him to death. What you been working on? What you got going?
Man, just, you know, hip hop is hip hop. You know, just did like some Kanye interview not too long ago, but you know, man, this shit boring out here without you, bro. You know?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on, bro. I ain't really too much focused on too much stuff that is like negative no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you on that. You know, we was bumping your album over here. How is even releasing that from, you know, where you at right now? Cause your fans love you.
Honestly. I ain't heard it.
Really?
Nah, you know, they was telling me about the few songs, and they'd tell me call back. I wouldn't call them back like that. But they was keeping me updated. But I ain't heard nothing. You know, this is like a box of hell. You know, we don't get no news, no talk, no nothing. If you don't call or somebody send it to you on the computer, it's a wrap.
Now, according to Lil Durk, he said he haven't heard his music. I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all think Durk capping on that note? Y'all think he ain't hearing nothing? Y'all think you know, they got tablets. They got all that shit up in there where you could be in tune with. They got all that inside prison now. We all know that shit, feds, all that. They got that shit up in there. You could be in tune to shit nowadays. You know what I mean? So maybe Durk is telling the truth because he's trying to block the outside world. Maybe he is. He don't want to see nothing. He don't want to hear nothing. That could be possible. You know what I mean? For him to go through this hard circumstances that he's going through right now with the situation with the murder for hire right now, you have to be strong, 10 toes down. Mental got to be up. Mental can't be down, pause. You can't be weak. Only the strong survive with this type of situation. Because, like, I'm going to repeat myself. He wasn't a regular mojo nigga that was working a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, listen, it's nothing. I'm not saying nothing wrong. I'm just saying a regular person, that regular life that we live, a 9 to 5, whatever you do, just going there for some murder for hire type shit out of the blue. Nah, this is a rapper that was up top of hip hop game, was streaming, winning Grammy awards. Were on. I mean, come on, like, this nigga was on top of the game. What we talking about? Nominated for Grammy, all types of shit. Know what I mean? So, and then all this sudden, this shit just crashed down. The empire just go boom. The empire just fall. Now you in a situation like this. It's a mental thing. That shit could crush you. That shit could drive you crazy because you was just on top of the world. You was one of the hottest artists. You one of the hottest artists at that time in hip hop. Right now, this shit, Durk could still drop some music while he in there. And I mean, still try to, you know what I mean, crush him. But it ain't gonna sound the same though while he outside. It just ain't gonna sound the same. Because a lot of people say that last album wasn't, it wasn't all that. That shit was, you know what I mean? But y'all gotta understand, this nigga's locked up. So it's gonna sound different. It's gonna hear a little different. It's all that. He can't talk about the shit he want to talk about like his old music because he's facing a whole different type of case. Can't talk about drill and all of that. They trying to use that shit against him in his trial and all that. So he can't speak the way he want to speak in his music. So it's gonna hit different. It ain't gonna be the same. But let's continue with the interview, man. Free Lil Durk once again, man. Shout out to Lil Durk. Let's continue.
Yeah, I remember. You know who reached out to me? Duty Low hit me. It was just like, yo, send me an email. I'm gonna give it a smirk. And I was like, yo, definitely. I just wanted to kind of see like if you were in good spirits. So that's why I'm glad you on here now.
Yeah, I'm always in good spirits, bro. I just be in my box. So I don't really too much be talking to everybody or trying to be like in everybody's business or have everybody in my business. I really just been chilling, but I always send my.
This call is from a federal prison.
I always send my love out to everybody who I who I fuck with and who I be talking to and rocking with. But other than that, I just read to myself.
How the fam been?
The family?
Yeah.
My family good. You know, I talk to them. That's the only people I talk to is just the family and my lawyer for real. Just keep my spirits up, keep my energy pure.
How's your relationship with your family now that you're in there? Is it closer?
Huh? What you mean?
Like, are you closer with your family as far as your relationship? You know, being up in there talking to them every day?
I don't get what you're saying. You saying like if I'm close to my family?
Yeah, like now with all that's going on, has it brought you guys closer?
I always been close to my family. I'm a family man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was a bugged out question she asked her. She was like, did this actually bring y'all closer as a family with this circumstance and situation that he's going through? Shout out, see, that's one thing I give Lil Durk. When he do interviews, that nigga know how to talk. If y'all go to any platform that he went on, DJ Akademiks, any platform, he never slipped up, talk crazy. Yeah, I'm going to do this. You know how King Von used to be talking? Lil Durk never used to talk like that in his interviews. Never. But for some strange reason in his music, he'll talk like that. That's the shit that bugged me out about this shit. Because when I look at his interviews that he did on several platforms before he went in on the situation, Durk never talk about anything crazy. The DJ Academic interviews he did with other platforms that he did recently before he went in, he never talked crazy. He always kept it one answer. You give him a question, he's going to shut it down with a simple answer. But when it comes to this goddamn music, for some strange reason, this nigga just start talking crazy. OTF doing this, I'm spinning the block, we doing this, oh yeah, this and that. Allegedly, all the shit he's saying in his music, they trying to use that in court and trial. And they trying to connect that with activity shit that happened in the streets that's connected to this camp. With the OTF jab and the Drewski and the Drisky, whatever, Drisky and all them niggas and all them other niggas. They trying to connect all that shit, the shit that they allegedly getting accused of, because allegedly they got to inform it and they can't, they saying. How the hell Lil Durk's gonna get off on this? That's like I just don't know. The thing that's gonna hurt him is the informant. Who's the informant that's gonna take that stand and say Durk was actually telling his members to go do this shit and paying them niggas to go do the activities they was doing, allegedly? How the hell you gonna beat that? And then they saying that from the beginning of the goddamn situation when it first happened, they saying that OTF Jam, they saying he was the person that had the wire, whatever, recording the situations, which we didn't get the audio yet. See, people forget about that. We didn't get that audio that they allegedly saying that OTF Jam or whoever else had a conversation about Durk putting bags on niggas allegedly with the retaliation with his rival, gangs, whatever, rival niggas that he had beef with. We ain't get that audio yet. So that's going to be the bomb they're going to drop in trial when this shit first start? See, we forgot about that, right? Yeah, because this shit kind of died down a little bit. But when that audio dropped, that's the shit that's like how the hell the little homie's going to actually beat that shit, man? If they got this little nigga talking about doing shit, doing active shit, and got his homies going to go do it, how you going to beat that? If they got your voice on the audio saying that shit, that's the shit that like concerns me. Worry about Lil Durk's situation, because I do listen to his music. He's very talented. But how you gonna get over that, champ? But you very silent, you very quiet in your interviews. But when it comes to your music, nigga, you be talking crazy. That's the shit I just don't understand, champ. I just don't understand that. But let's continue with the interview, man.
I've been, man. I know y'all was just wondering about your mental, man. I just saw you on this journey, and I seen how like even there's a few times you hit me up and you were just like, yo, Ak, I'm just checking on you. That meant a lot to me. It wasn't even like nothing crazy going on, but you were just like, yo, Ak, I'm just trying to make sure you're good. I'm checking up on you. That told me a lot about your character and like really just you were in a really positive space, man. And
Yeah. Ain't nothing changed. I just don't be. Ain't no follower, bro. I ain't just too much in tune with the industry drama and all that shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I don't care who don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Vice versa.
That's what's up.
You still talk to me if they don't like me. It don't matter. But I ain't really been too much focused on that type of shit anyway.
Yeah, what's a regular day like? Because I know you getting in touch with your spirituality, your religion, and everything, but like everybody's wondering like, man, I wonder what he's going through on a daily.
So I talk to my family, to my wife, 24/7. We be in just prayer, learning Arabic. I've been in these books heavy, just read up on the history and just everything. I don't really be walking around talking and playing and doing none of that. We'll play basketball, but I always try to stay focused and busy. That's why I don't really talk to the outside like outside of the family, because I don't want to hear all the extra shit, the bullshit, the drama, the shit. I really just, I just really just stay in the learning mode.
Hey, I know you.
Smart. Because one thing I gotta understand too, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Do me that favor. One thing y'all gotta understand. When you in there and you running around, you get comfortable. A lot of people start talking to other inmates about their case, about their situation, and you don't know who that inmate is. That inmate could be a whole informant. Working for the DA, working for the federal prosecutors and all that, trying to get a little cut out of his time. So for Durk to say, listen, I don't be running around here playing around with niggas, talking to niggas and all that. I stay to myself, stay to my Muslim brothers that's on the same page and same religion as him. Not saying that he shouldn't be talking crazy about his case to them either. Hopefully he's not. I know he's not that dumb. He's a smart brother. Lil Durk's very smart. He's not going to just talk about his case to anybody in there and just be a loose cannon and just a loose mouth in there and just be talking. Yeah, I did this. We did this with Vaughn and all that. He's not going to do that. You ain't going to get that from Durk. That's why I say when it comes to interviews and shit like that, Durk is very smart. But when it comes to the music, he was sloppy with it because he was saying too much in his music, which they used against him. And they put it and they connected. Then allegedly they got a whole goddamn informant in the camp. That's the scary part. Who's the informant? Who's the other people that's going to take the stand, a witness and all that? Who is these people? We still haven't got no more information on that until the trial starts. Until probably like 2 or 3 weeks before the trial starts, then we probably get more new information about what's going on. But till then, we ain't got shit right now. We just got the allegations. OTF Jam was wearing a wire. We don't know if Lil Durk was on that wire talking a little crazy on that wire. We ain't get the audio yet. When the audio drop for the public and the internet, that's when we gonna start hitting. Man, it's a lot to this shit that we ain't here yet. And I believe it's way more than just OTF Jam. If they said he was the alleged informant of this whole situation, because he was the main person from the beginning of this situation. They were saying he was an informant and with the wire and everything else. But my belief, I think it's another person too. I think it's just more than OTF Jam. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And I think they got that. I think they got that witness, that person on some quiet shit. So when the trials come, that person is gonna show up. I'm telling y'all, man, this shit ain't over yet. It ain't over, man.
And I know you was nice. You was nice out here. Don't tell me you lost the skills on you now. I know you cooking.
I'm like 50 and 4.
What y'all running? 1v1s, 2v2s? Like 5v5s?
2v2. No, 2v2s. I'm done. My ankle gave out.
Oh, nah.
Nah, they ain't give out. I'm done though. 50 and 2. That's cool. You hear me? Like 50 and 4, man.
Nah, yo, Spurk, they probably just letting you win, bro. Like, ain't no way you cooking like that. Chill.
Nah, it's good energy Yeah, you know, ain't too much nothing going on. If you ain't playing basketball,
We got a minute left. So if there's anything you want to say, you have a lot of young fans that look up to you. Is there something you want to tell them?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Allah Akbar.
Yo, Smirk. Yo, listen, we love you, brother. You just stay strong. We rooting for you. We hoping you get through this, man. And we can't wait till I can't wait till you get out. We gonna lock back in. You feel me?
Yeah, you know that. I got you, buddy.
Always.
Free Lil Durk, man. So my question to y'all is, I had to do a quick video about this. Told y'all I was coming with a Lil Durk one. My question to y'all is, though, y'all think Durk is a possibility he might could come home on bail. But my question to y'all, what's the possibility Durk gonna beat this trial, man? If they got the audio on him, which we didn't hear yet, if they got more than just an OTF jam in the format, what's they saying he was the one wearing the wire or recording whatever the hell he had on him that day, or a couple of days, whatever. Like, and then they got the ATF, they got the OTF credit card they was using, the OTF members when they allegedly when they go knock off Quando Rondo cousin in LA when they was in the truck, whatever. That's the case that kind of came in, the Rico came and grabbed them niggas up. What's your opinion about this, man? What y'all thinking? Because my thing is, if they don't got Durk on audio or none of that, before I get out of here, if they ain't got Durk on audio or none of that, it's a possibility, absolutely, he could beat this. Absolutely. Then my second thing is, if this niggas stay 10 toes down, all 5 members they got locked up, if they stay 10 toes down and run with the program and do what they got to do and stay with the script, whatever, he'll be fine. But see, who's we to say all 5 gonna stay with the script? Who's we to say all 5 gonna be like, nah, I gotta get home too. I ain't beat. Like I said, all 5 ain't grew up with a Lil Durk from the sandbox. So who's we to say all 5 of them niggas gonna stay 10 toes down, 1 or 2 gonna take the charges, whatever, end up doing life, because this is a murder charge we talking about also. They just charging Durk for murder for hire, meaning that he put the bags on niggas and sent, allegedly, them 5 niggas go put the work in. But who's we to say them 5 members ain't gonna switch up, flip on this nigga? 1 out of 5, 2 out of the 5, that's gonna hurt Lil Durk. This is nasty work on Durkio, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This shit is nasty. People thinking about the Diddy case and all that. Nah, this Durk case, this trial, this shit gonna be nasty, man. Because I gotta think about the 5 members they got. Who's gonna flip on this nigga? Now, if they don't stay 10 toes down, do what they gotta do, they might could slide through this shit. But who's we to know they ain't got no audio? Is the story true that OTF Jam was recording these niggas? We don't know yet. See, they're not gonna give the media and the public everything yet. Y'all gotta understand that shit. They only gave us a little paperwork script and all that when they took the flight and all that, the private jet. That's the only shit that we got so far, to this day. Remember, they got more. They say they got audio. They got all types of shit they were saying that we didn't hear or know about yet. So they might let the homie out on bail. They might. So they could dig in his pockets and all that, because you know how they might freeze his accounts, do all types of weird shit. You know how they play for the rallies. But who's with to say them 5 members ain't gonna end up flipping on Lil Durk, man? 1 out of the 5, 2 out of the 5. OTF Jam, is it true that he gonna take the stand? Because OTF Jam is the main informant. If OTF Jam was the main person wearing the wire and all that, yo, the homie gotta take the stand. He gotta take the stand, man. They absolute, because that's their main informant. But who's the other people too? That's the key shit, man. Maybe they want to be protected. They don't want to be seen right now until the court and all that, because they do hide people until the trial starts. OTF Jam probably just didn't give a F. If it's OTF Jam, the real person that was wearing the wire and recording the conversations between Durk and his camp. This is nasty work, man. And you can hear Lil Durk voice in the conversation. He's in good spirit. You could tell. But I know he got that concern, man, like, because you have to be, man. It's like, yo, you don't know who gonna flip on you. You don't know what other witnesses and other informants they got from your camp. when the trial starts. They might come with a whole nother, know what I mean, that your lawyers don't even know about yet. It's nasty work, y'all. But my question to y'all, what y'all think, man? Give me your opinion. Give me y'all smoke on this, man. What y'all think about Lil Durk's situation? Y'all think he gonna come home on bail? Do y'all think he got a possibility to beat the trial? Do y'all think the 5 members gonna end up flipping? Do y'all think they got more witnesses and more informants? Do y'all think they got, when the audio dropped, do y'all think Durk is on the audio? Like, this is a whole bunch of questions to y'all. Y'all give me the answers, man. I'm up out of here. Till then, free Lil Durk, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm up out of here. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV, man. Salute, gang. I'm out of here.